Hi, my name is Eric Anderson, and just to let you know, this is my 10th video, and the date is September 5th. It's approximately 9:46 a.m. And like I said, this is approximately I believe my 10th video. And in other videos before, I've talked anywhere from restoring old dying hard drives or failing hard drives and show you how to not restore them, but to prolong their life, because eventually they will quit on you. And I've also shown how to format them and also stuff like you know composting soil and how you can take apart old desktops or laptops and save the hard drives or the other items in them, a DVD player, stuff like that. I've talked about shortcomings of factories or of manufacturers, and I want to do a bunch of videos of power generating objects and stuff like that, and working on vehicles, timing chains, showing people how to do timing chains and or belts, modifications without compromising safety, the usage of power generating items in unison to create a better vehicle or something like that, for society, stuff like that. I like to torture test camping items. But anyways, I think I'd mentioned before that this is my 10th video. And today I would like to show you how I actually connected one powered antenna, and it was pretty pricey. It seemed like it was over $100. And essentially, I drew it out to show you how you can hook it up yourself to get, essentially, that one antenna will essentially go to 3 TVs and get reception to 3 TVs using an existing wiring in your house that, say, for instance, mine was I used to have DirecTV, and once it got so expensive, I kind of said, enough's enough, and had them, or took it out. So anyways, instead of letting the wiring go to waste or whatever, I kind of started thinking, I'm like, you know what, why don't I try to reuse the existing wiring for a broadcast signal? And anyways, I kind of came up with this, and I'll show you. Now, I wrote this all out. This right here is a powered antenna, and it's a Mohu. I got it from Fry's Electronics, and it's just one big antenna. And the deal is, it was supposed to go in the attic. This is Arizona, and things don't do well in the heat, so I decided not to put it in the attic. I decided to keep it in my house to keep it cool, because it's only made of plastic, rubber, and steel. And so anyways, the thing with these antennas is you have to have at least in the place where I live, it has to face in a southeastern direction, because that's where the signal from the mountaintop is putting off the signal for broadcasting. So essentially you have to find a window essentially to point this in a southeastern direction, or whatever it is in your city may differ. Mine is southeastern direction, so I kind of angled it out my front window. Luckily it faces southeast, but this is sitting in my front room, or my living room, like I said, facing in a southeastern direction. And essentially what you do is I've run a wire, the wire that connects originally to like DirecTV, the DirecTV sockets. That's what these are in your house, like wall sockets for your TV. Essentially, what I did was this is in my house. I ran this wire. I had to okay, first off, there's an adapter that is connected to it, and it needs to be connected to a power source. Now I have mine connected to a surge protector, and I can shut it on and off. I kind of like that thing, but you can just plug it into a wall or whatever, and then what you do is it connects to the wiring that usually goes to these sockets. And the thing is, what I had to do was I had to cut a hole straight through the wall of my house, place a socket in the wall, and then connect it and run the wiring to the outside of the house. Now this wiring comes down and it's connected to a, I believe they call this a four-way cable splitter or antenna splitter. But essentially you can see how it was connected to DirecTV before. There's a 13-volt satellite, and I capped that off, so you know, because I'm going to be running power in through here. So I capped this one off. This is essentially empty, and I capped the 18-volt satellite capped. I capped it off. Okay. So what I did was I ran the wire through the wall to the antenna in. Okay, there's 3 prongs on the top, and one of them is antenna in. I connected it to that. Next thing I did, or you do, is it says RX1 and over here on this one, and I would essentially this is, I didn't run this, I just you know, figured it out that it connects to this one to go to the furthest room in the house, or I'm sorry, the living room, the closest room in the house. And then it's already connected to the living room socket. So all you do is run a cable from the socket to the TV. Okay. Then the second one is an RX2 to socket in the closest room. Okay, and this was already connected, like I said before, from DirecTV, and it goes to a socket, run through the house to the socket in the closest room, and all I did was run a cable from that socket to a TV in that room. Then the next one is RX3, and this goes from this wiring to the socket in the furthest room. All I did was take a piece of wiring and wire it to the back of the TV in the furthest room. Now I don't have any more connections, so I just capped off the end of here, the RX4, because there's 4 leads, so it can go to 4 rooms essentially. And I don't have a 4th room, so I just capped that off. Okay, essentially that's it. And but like I said, you know, you could pick these up. I just figured if you're paying $100 or whatever for a powered antenna, which is pretty pricey, but I wanted to buy a good one. Another thing is I didn't want to buy, you know, 3 of them and hook it up to each TV and have them set in a window or whatever, and have to, because they're directional, you have to kind of point them towards the broadcasting signal. So, you know, essentially you'd have to have 1, 2, at least 3 at least antennas in each room connected to each TV. So I wasn't too crazy about that. I like to minimize stuff if I can, but essentially, yeah, that's how you hook up a powered antenna. Now, in some cases, just to let you guys know that like in a super big house, you might have to put some kind of a essentially a signal booster in between. But it should work with this. Like I said, it does with mine, and I can go into each room and change it to any independent channel I want to off of just one antenna, and it's kind of cool, you know. But yeah, I hope you liked the insight on this, and hope this helps you out, and maybe you can do some more research and come up with something better or whatever different. And so anyways, you know, this is, like I said, I think I said, this is my 10th video, and to start off my channel. And if you would, just leave comments and like my video, thumbs up, and then please support my channel if you can, and I'll come out with I got a whole bunch of ideas I keep coming up with every day, and I'd like to share them with people. So, but yeah, just hope to see you soon. Hope, you know, you're gonna see a lot more of me soon, hopefully. But yeah, take a look at my videos if you can. Take it easy.